You're listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
GUFON Radio.
Or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
GUFON Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to GUFON, everybody. It is Sunday, August 28th, 2022. How the heck are you? Glad you could be here tonight. We've got so much to talk about and so little to care about. It's going to be weird. It's going to be a little bit of drama. You're going to be scratching your head and wondering why. I'm still scratching mine, but I know why, even though I'm still scratching it. The hypocrisy, the taking things out of context, choosing what you want to show the people when I'm going to show you the truth. All this because somebody doesn't like somebody's opinion. It really is. Because in the grand scheme of it all is that life is what you make of it. And if you're going to allow somebody to make you so mad, either that person triggered you for personal reasons, or You just want clicks and views. Oh, I think it's the second. It's the latter. Of course it is. Nobody makes videos like that because they want to. And he doesn't have to, but he needed to. For some reason, he wanted to drum up old feelings about Christina Gomez. I know I hope he talked to her first before he put out what he did, reminding her of what I said back in February, which we'll play here, and you'll get my thoughts on what I was thinking when I said what I said and did what I did. And pretty much I could tell you in one word: truth. A lot of people don't like hearing truth because it hurts them. It makes them think they're stupid. They feel like we're saying they're stupid. And in essence, we are. Not as a stupid person altogether, but stupid on the topic. It's amazing to me how many people are coming out that, and this is going on, this is why ufology is right and left, whether you like it or not. That's the problem with ufology. It's 85% male and 80%, I don't know what the percent is, probably I think it's 50%. That's what it feels like, male, that are on the other side. The narrative that will never be. We're finding things out like what's going on behind the scenes. This Cahill guy is out of control. The power grabs in this field right now: Gary Nolan, Cahill, Travis Taylor, and Gary P. Nolan, professor. Tonight, I am going to review for a little while the 15-minute video about me from UCR. And I want to talk about that because I feel I need to. And plus, I know you see, here's the thing. In this field, like I saw some people commenting before the show, why don't they keep the drama behind the scenes? Ask Lou. He brought it here. I didn't. He brought it out. I didn't. Anything I do on my show is on my show. I don't go out of my way to make special videos. By the way, he didn't make that video. I know that type of video. That's Steve Cambian's work. So Steve probably made the video, said, hey, why don't you just go ahead and use it whenever you need? I'm not going to drop it. I've already said it. I'll make it for you. Here, check it out. So those two ladies are together now, I think. Cambian is just trying to suck on the next thing that'll get him clicks and views too. That's why he talks about the same 5 people, because they're the ones that bring in the numbers. Right? I mean, isn't it obvious? Come on now. Roll call. Roll call. Real quick roll call. David Wilcox is here. Welcome to the show. Randall Hill's here. Randy, welcome to the show. Mark D. Truth Searcher US, welcome to the show. Zach Diecast Monzo, welcome to the show. F-Graph 72, good to see you, man. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Event Horizon, welcome back. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Rebecca Wiles, The Lavender Rose, welcome to the show. Hilton Ramirez, welcome to the show. Tony Introvert, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Hilton Ramirez, welcome to the show. Diamond Dog's here. Welcome to the show. You have the easiest icon to find because of the fluorescent green. Yeah, it's good. I'm like, where's Diamond Dog? There he is. What do you say there, Diamond Dog? This is Wolfman Jack. Space Exposure. Welcome to the show. Tim Freestone. How you doing, man? Welcome to the show. I bet some of you may feel like, GUFON, don't shout my name out. Just don't shout it out. I don't want people to know I'm here. I bet there's some people like that. Sapphire Elf. Gotcha, Sapphire. Welcome to the show. Scott Blight. Gotcha. Welcome to the show. Samo. Gotcha. Welcome to the show. I'm kidding. Lisa Bowden with the $3 super sticker. That's right. You can help support GUFON with because that's the show, you know, runs off of you guys, and that's how we stay afloat to go every day. Just about. We only take days off if we're not feeling too good. So we go every day. And you can help support the show. PayPal, Cash App too. All the links are in the show's description. You know what to do anyway. But Lisa, thank you very much because you're the first super chatter of the night. What do we usually do for the first ones? Something a little special? It's getting a little old, I know, but thank you, Lisa Bowden. Was it Bowden? It's Bowden. Bowden. $3 super stack, guys. Ran out of time. Mucho gusto, generoso. Grazie. Grazie. I know that bothers them. That's annoying too. Everything I do is annoying. Marco, welcome to the show. Baza Di Bear, welcome to the show. Jeff Garvey, welcome to the show. James Jimenez, welcome to the show. Michael Franks, welcome to the show. Who's at the front door? Hey, I know this guy. You mean my 15-minute? Oh, you bun of a sitch. I knew you were fake friending me for 3 years. Alien addict, how did you do that? You bastard. Nah, I hope you did. They did a good job, whoever made it. All right, let's get started. If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means, you know, it's showtime. All right? Michigan UFO sightings and paranormal encounters. Cricket. Sky. Hello, hello. The man with no name or girl with no name. You got to say them all, right, Stuart? Alfie Joe Bob sneaking in. Boston Deadhead. All right. See what I did there? I just did a rush. I saw, there it is. Boston Deadhead throwing down the $2 super dono right at the front of the show. You know what that means? You know what a dono is? I don't know much, but I know I love you. That's right. There's no super, no sticker, and no comment. It's just love. And it's not my preferred super chat either. I take them all. I love them all equally. Grazie, Boston Deadhead. You're a continuing supporter of GUFON. Mucho gusto, generoso. I know. Yeah. You know, on their show, anytime a super chat comes up, they go, thanks, Mike. Or they give one of these. Like, they ignore it. How do you ignore super chats? There's so many coming in, you can't say thank you. You ever see those shows that do? They don't. I don't know how people. I don't know why. But I believe in a nice thank you. My mother and father taught me correctly. Never talk to strangers with candy. Without, it's fine. It means they're not trying to con you. No, that's not right. Nah. I knew Mr. Phillips was cool, but not that cool. Mr. Phillips. So, before we get into this, I do want to say that I don't approve of this. I do not approve of shows like this. Bringing drama in, that's just something I don't do. You know, we've been trying to get away from the drama. So why this comes out now is beyond me. But I think I know why. Because I made some comments about the phone home failing. By the way, the video we put out about me, that 15 minutes, it's got half as many views as the phone home, and that was 8 hours. I mean, I'm doing something for them over there. At least it's good talking, right? See, that's the thing. They take things out of context, and I don't believe Lou made the video, but if he did, fine. I'm going to say that I'm just going to call it the video because I really don't think Lou has that kind of talent or the patience to do that. Yeah, Cambion does. So I would think Cambion made that for him a couple of months ago because Lou said he had a video that I've been holding on to, that someday when it's ready, I'll post it. And this is it. But I mean, I'm going to play the video here in a minute. But before I do, Scott Blight with the $7 super dono. Unbelievable. Wait, really? Is that now? Wait, did I already say thank you to that? I'm forgetting everything already. Thank you very much for the $7 super dono. Scott Blight coming in strong. I think that might be your first super chat as well. Well, thank you, Scott Blight. Forgive me if Rich is wrong, but thank you for this first super chat of $7. Thank you. This is why people don't take you seriously. Get out of here. People don't take us seriously, and they should. You know, even though we do the little things like that, you know, I've minimalized a lot of the foul play that was going on here. Over the years, it's gotten less and less. And it has. And I've had to adjust the way I speak and think. I had to take all those years, 53 years. I'm 54, so in the last year, things have gotten really, you know, weird since Biden became president. But even before then, it was starting that, you know, you can't say this, you shouldn't do that. People are really sensitive. We call those people snowflakes. Scott Blight, thank you very much. I appreciate it, brother. Mucho gusto generoso. For sure. Right? We call it the cancel culture. If you don't even have to be mean, you just have to disagree with what they say. And you hear me say this a lot. Rules for me, not for thee, because they're hypocrites. They yell at you for all the things you're doing, then turn around and do those same things to you. Right? Well, if you're going to be disrespectful, then we don't give a shit about what you think, so we don't care. So when I first made my comment, it was just about my opinion. You take it personally and make it about you and your feelings when it had nothing to do with you. But you're upset because I said something about somebody else. Well, it's a friend of mine. Okay. And so I said she had tits. I get it. That probably is the one thing I do regret saying. But that comment really isn't as bad as Lou's making it seem. Out of all the things that were played on that video, that tit comment bothered me. So I'm not perfect. I understand I may say some things that are cringeworthy and borderline. You guys say hate speech. I just say controversial. But without controversial speech, we don't have the conversation to come through and learn from each other. So when someone like me says something like I did about Gomez or about anybody else in this field, I never had anybody tell me that's wrong until recently. You understand? The F word, and I'm talking about FAG, was a word that was used very much so 15 years ago. And I got called out on it because I called myself one. And some guy called in and he said, you can't say that word anymore. And I go, why? And I explained, we had a short conversation. I go, okay, I won't say it. And I haven't said it since. Okay? That was a long time ago when I first started doing this. And I don't mind adjusting a little bit. But back then, the way they explained it to me about that 3-letter word made sense. So I didn't say it. Now, some of the things that UCR put a video out about me are taken out of context, which is why I'm here tonight. To put things back and show the hypocrite that Lou really is. It's kind of sad that we have to go this route because I said some things in February. That's how far back this goes. February, he's been holding on to this probably since March. You know, because it's nothing recent. It's all old stuff. He's trying to show me like a misogynist. trying to make it like we have crazy girl fans here. You know, you'll see. You'll see. When you take things out of context, you can make it any narrative you want. But I got to tell you, I think he failed. I don't think he made me look as bad as he thinks he did. And I tell you what, when you hear the explanations behind the thought process and the real context of these video clips, you'll have to make your own decision. But before I do that, I was in the chat room of Spaced Out Radio Friday night. And I didn't talk about it here on Friday or Saturday, or after it happened. I mean, so you know, me and Dave talked briefly about it behind the scenes because I was attacked in the chat room over there, and I wasn't doing anything. I was just adding to the conversation of Spaced Out Radio. Because nobody else in the chat room was. They were talking about other things that had nothing to do with the paranormal or anything going on with the conversation. So I typed in my comments and didn't say hi to anybody, didn't bring attention to myself other than that. And then this guy, I think Mr. Smear or something like that, Dr. Smear, says, somebody kicked GUFON. I said, what for? I didn't do anything. I'm just minding my own business. And then, remember Too Much Information? Remember her? She's like, GUFON needs to go. I don't remember, but it was just, they started piling on. So I messaged Dave, and we talked about it. And then he made a comment, talked about it on the show for a minute, that GUFON is allowed here at Spaced Out Radio. Because I don't know, some of you know this, but Dave and I, we squashed a lot of the past and are trying to be friendly again. And so far, things are great. But things were really surprising. Because right after I got attacked a little bit in Dave's chat, I left. About 30 minutes later, they were talking about me. And I was a little bit concerned because Bob McGuire was there. Tom Whitmore was there. And I can't remember the other gentleman's name, but it seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders. And they were talking about me. And it was interesting. And I'm going to play it for you here. Just give me a second. I've been talking ufology since I woke up this morning. Or this afternoon. And literally, I put this show together early in the day, knowing I was going to talk about Lou. But then when I found out about this, shit. I don't know exactly where it starts. Hold on. I think it's here. Yeah, I think it's here. So I have permission from Dave to play this. I did ask. You should always ask if you can. And if you can't get permission, you definitely should fair use it the best you can, YouTubers, because using other people's stuff without their permission in a way that is abusive just isn't right. But here it is. I want you guys to listen to what they said about me. And I think I'm at the right place.
I have a case of chapped ass.
Right after this.
The shingles got me. Oh, crap.
Oh, Dave. Oh, Dave. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. You know, we just haven't talked.
Yeah, we will soon.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Hey, there's scowling Greg O'Brien in our chat room. Read between the lines. This is what I am learning very fast over the last couple of months. Okay.
Here we go.
I'm going to say the last 7 to 10 months. What we think is happening isn't happening.
Correct.
And what we know is happening isn't what they are showing us.
That's correct.
And those who are allegedly in the corner of everybody are only in the corners for themselves.
Absolutely. They're not in the corner for everybody else. They're only in the ring to win.
Yep.
Yes.
And they will screw.
Now, mind you, these are folks who supported Lou Elizondo, and Dave had him on his show, Lou, and probably one of the best interviews you'll ever see with Lou Elizondo. It really, I'm not just saying that. I mean, it was, me and Dave weren't even talking then. It was a great interview, I have to admit. That's where Lou came out and said he doesn't negotiate with terrorists. Lou Elizondo and Third Phase, he was saying. Man, that was just brutal. He said all that shit. It's in Above Top Secret. Oh, my God. Anyway, they were very heavily for, maybe not 100%, but they believe that Lou Elizondo was on the right track and doing the best he can with what he has and all this stuff, you know. But now they're realizing that's not that way. Things aren't what they seem. And that's where we came in here, and now this.
They will screw Grant Cameron. They will screw anybody we love.
They'll screw us all. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean screw? What do you mean by that?
That part I don't want on the show.
No, I agree.
I
agree.
We are still live.
I agree. It shouldn't be on the show because we're still live. But
I will say, I will say this: there is someone in our chat room tonight who has been preaching this message for a while, and a lot of people hated him for it. But he is probably more right than he knows.
I couldn't understand why Richie and you and all of us broke up, but he was frustrated.
No, it was completely.
Okay, great. But I understand. But he was really upset. I knew he was upset with you. I couldn't quite understand the upset, but as I have come to understand what is truly happening, Rich has reached up and said in my mind, the guy knew something was wrong way before the rest of us, and the rest of us are catching up.
Yep.
And that's Science Bob saying it. And you know, I've given Science Bob a hard time because he believed so easily. And now they're seeing it. And I couldn't believe hearing that happen, that coming out of Science Bob's mouth, and it just gets better.
I was upset. I was upset with Richie. I was upset with him because he was making my friend unhappy. But in the end, a lot of the stuff he was saying was right.
Yeah, no, that's exactly true. And you know what? When Richie and I broke up, it was because somebody had threatened him in our chat room, and I didn't see it, and I didn't have the wrenches at the time to control it because I had some advice saying you don't want, in order for a YouTube channel to move forward, you don't want a lot of wrenches, and I bought into that. Well, what ended up happening was I ended up hurting a friend of mine because I didn't catch what was seen or what was said. And that was wrong on my part. And Rich was hurt about that.
So I will tell you how I saw that and how it went down. There was a guy who was attacking me and saying he was going to harm me, like physical harm, you know, and doing all this stuff. I messaged Dave because it was a roundtable show. And Lynn Wallington was in there, Lynn Hurley. And she said around the same time I did, Dave, are you going to block this guy or what? He's attacking Rich. He actually said, we don't block anybody. And then Corrins, who was his main moderator at the time, was told not to block that guy by Dave, because Corrins told me. So I think Dave's misremembering, but, we talked briefly about it. But that's why I was mad, because he wouldn't block that guy, and we told him about it, and for 30 minutes I sat there getting abused, and I finally just left, I think. I don't know. I don't remember. But that was pretty much the icing on the cake for me at that point. I think Dave was setting me up to lose my mind on that show. And he thought I would, act outrageous, and I didn't. Because people think they know me, and they think they know how I'm going to react. And it's not always what they think. So that's why I was upset. Jeff Garvey with $5 saying, yeah, Bob giving Rich props. I know, right? Hey, thanks, man. You're a continuing supporter of GUFON. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's true. I couldn't believe it. But there's some more good stuff here. Thanks, Jeff. Very cool of you.
And so what happened was about a month ago.
Funny, right? It's like there's like two sides to every story, and somewhere there's the truth. It's very funny.
I reached out to Rich and I said, I'm sorry. That was my fault.
He did.
And, him and I still have a lot of stuff to chat about. I think there's a lot of, things that need to be worked out. But I will say this.
While we still have an audience, I want to apologize to Rich for blocking him.
People in the UFO field.
Sorry, Bob, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Rich, for blocking you and unfriending you. I will remedy that tomorrow.
Unbelievable, right? Nice. So, although I have my theories on... Of course, I'm a little bit curious now. Wait a minute. Why am I getting props now? A couple of people have been giving me props, not just them, but I'm always skeptical. Yeah, when's the other shoe gonna drop? When are you gonna say, Rich, we believe you, but you can't live to enjoy it. That goes all over your brainstem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He does. See, he got it. He got it. He knew.
Those who are, I'm just done with the creating the politics of everything. And you know what? We have to, in the end, as people, we have to get ourselves and our own heads out of our asses to realize that what we're seeing happening in the UFO field right now is not fun. It is not popular. And I think that that those who have been fighting for us, who we have fought on our own, actually know a little bit more than what we do, because they're talking with a lot of research.
Yep.
So that was the I don't think there's any more to that. Let me see, where is it? No, there's no more on that. But I have to say thanks to Dave and Science Bob. I'm sorry I called you Science Blob, but I'm mad. I get mad, and I really want to have a conversation with Science Bob about the Bledsoes, because I know Science Bob stayed there for 5 days or nights or something. Well, obviously. But I don't know that whole story. But there's some weird things that have happened over the last year since I haven't spoke to Dave, that happened with Dave, the dream he had of being abducting, and seeing Bob and everybody in a hotel room of something like that, in a room with an alien species and some senators. You remember this story? Dave, I think, was having some sort of dream or premonition or being abducted. And when he says he was abducted, and it had to do with, I don't know, Bob being awake at the same time as Dave, and they both said they saw each other, as far as I think I remember it that way. But then Bob has a Fitbit, and the Fitbit looked like it went to another dimension or something, and I don't know. But that's what I need to know. I want to know this story, and I just want to have a good time with it, because at the time when they were talking about that story, I was quite skeptical. So I think I need to hear it from Dave and maybe Bob too. But that was one of the greatest stories of the year last year. And of course I was calling bullshit on it, but I like things like that, because what if it is real? Like, I have experiences that I can't explain, that I never talk about here, because if I did, you'd be like, it's a little too much. And I'm like, I know it is. So it is what it is. And for people to believe in what they believe, for me especially, I need to experience it. And there are some things I haven't experienced. There are some things that I never thought I would experience. And I said, it never happens. And nothing moves. And then I see something move without any wires or any reason for it to move. So, yeah, that was bizarre. But speaking of bizarre, we have to now deal with, and I don't understand why people go out of their way. Like, I don't go out of my way to call people out. And what do I mean by that? Well, when Jeremy Corbell puts a video up, I don't make a 15-minute video and post it all over social media. I guess in essence, I am doing it because I'm going live and talking about it. But I don't go out of my way to make things look better, do close-ups, zooms, and, pan and zoom techniques, put in text, speak bubbles, and laugh track, and music, and sound effects, and you know what I mean? That's what I mean about going out of my way. I just do it here on the show. And at any time, anybody that I talk to, that I talk about, can easily find me by email on my YouTube channel, or they can message me anywhere else, Twitter, Facebook, and we can talk about it. And I know what you're going to say. Well, Rich, why didn't you call them to talk about it? I know that Jeremy Corbell doesn't like getting phone calls. And I have emailed Jeremy Corbell 3 times and he has never responded. Lou Elizondo, same thing. I have messaged him before on Twitter and he never got back to me. So people that I talk about, I've reached out to. I've messaged on their channels, their Twitter, wherever. They know I'm there. But what's real interesting is the interesting thing is, it's not them that you have to worry about. It's the army that backs them up that take it personally, which is weird. People attack Greer, and you don't see me going out after the people that attacked Greer. You know what I mean? People attack Third Phase, and I don't make special videos about them going after Third Phase. There's so many things that we could do, and one of them is mind your own business. But I am in the public. So I am exposing myself to ridicule. I am exposing myself to anything that anybody wants to say or do. Now, however they interpret it, that's up to them. But when they take things out of context and switch things around, which wasn't really done in this video, but it was done with other videos about me, when they switch and make it look like you're worse than you really are, and by showing it over and over and over again and dramatizing it, it could have an impact on what somebody thinks about you. But I think people today are smarter than they ever have been and realize what kind of video this is about me. It's a hit piece, right? It's a hit piece from someone who I feel is insecure. He's one of these leftists that is so far that it's going to take a little more work to get them to see reality. Because why he still supports Lou Elizondo, because he says, yeah, I may not be friends with Lou Elizondo and everybody anymore, but I still support what they do. That was almost Cambian-ish. But I still support what they do, he says. I understand the mission, accomplished a goal, and I'm still going to do that. So even though he's not talking to Lou, he's still working for Lou, in essence. Now, they could say the same thing about me. I work for myself, though. There is no Greer paying us, as Elizondo has told people. I do my own thing. And why is third phase of Moon mixed in with what I'm doing? How did they even play a role in this? That's how you know. Well, at the end of it, you see the angry channel face. That's how I know this is his work, because he decided to put that in there at the end, kind of like his signature, to let me know it was him who actually did the video. It's a subconscious thing. It really is. And Lou may deny it. You can deny it all you want. You didn't make this video. I guarantee that. Guarantee it. Matter of fact, I haven't seen any video you have ever made or produced. Funny man. And you call yourself a comedian, right? And an actor. But you're not funny. And you don't say anything funny. Usually funny people, comedians, have one-liners. Oh, that's right. That's what he's going to say. Well, Rich, not everything is about me, and I respect the conversation we're having. I respect ufology not to bring in jokes, not to demean people and defame them. That's not funny to me. That's not comedy. So he's upset with me for freedom of speech, and he's a comic? And he's upset because I offended somebody or someone or some people? As a comic and as an actor, he should understand what I'm doing. And he should be applauding that I take these chances and bring forth the conversation. You don't like the way I am, so it's okay for you to try to make me look as bad as possible. You go after my character. You go after me and you don't even know me. Right? Just like he says, I don't know Christina Gomez, but I'm not talking about what she is I'm going by what I see on camera when I talked about her and what I heard other people talking about her, wearing low-cut blouses. Now she's getting up and dancing and lip-syncing. And she wants respect in this field. And I don't have a problem with her doing that. But there's a time and a place for it. Not when you're in the middle of an interview with one of the biggest names in the field, Zieg Fugel. It just didn't make sense. You know? It's weird. And I'm the asshole because I pointed that out. We'll be right back with Zieg Fugel right after the Gomez song. I mean, you know? Right, guys? Right? You see what I mean? Now, I'm a misogynist because I said, right, guys? I'm a misogynist because 86% of this audience is male. If I did that, wouldn't you laugh? I mean, you would laugh because, but what if John Greenwald got up and started doing the salsa? You would be like, what the frig is going on? Is this happening? Is that really John Greenwald dancing? I mean, that's what you would say about Christina Gomez dancing. Among other things that I pointed out, because she got an easy ride. She got it easy. She didn't have to struggle to grow her channel. This channel was given to her. That makes me upset. Because she thinks she earned that. I don't know how. And then I talked about Jimmy Church and her. And there was a rumor around Christmas time, the end of 2021, that her and Jimmy were getting it on. And that was the rumor going on behind the scenes and in social media some places. So when I bring it up, I'm all wrong. Because I said, I don't know if this is true. Well, you'll see the video I'm about to play here for you. But I'm prefacing it just so you know ahead of time. So we will play this in 8 seconds or so. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'm wearing an ice hat. Right? An ice hat. Now, a lot of people have seen this hat. This is the, what do you call it? What are they called? ICE. It's about immigration. You know, ICE, they round up the illegals. And he's making a comment, nice hat with the Cuban American on the panel. Okay, as long as you got into this country legally, I don't have a problem with it. Now, this is how non-racist I am. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together that I'm wearing an ice hat. Now, something about that ice hat, it's old and I have a pin in the back of it and it was sticking in my head. So later on, I take the hat off and he says, oh, I guess he realized that he had a Cuban. Like, I know his origins, his nationality and all that. Like, I'm supposed to think about that? I just grabbed that hat. Watch. So now you know why you'll see. I tell you what, I can't change 100%, but I'm always trying. Now, the volume is extremely low on this, so you're going to have to turn up the volume, and I can't do it anymore, so sorry about that. To be a better person for the general public. Shortly after realizing I wasn't a jerk. So, is that what happened? So he read my mind. He read my mind. I never once said, I need to change this hat because this guy's cool. I never realized I had a Cuban whatever, Cuban American on the panel that I need to change the hat. I mean, this is how minute that these people go into this shit to make me look bad. They can only go after character because they have nothing else to go on. I don't hoax, and I really don't lie. I don't tell you guys everything, so I can't be 100% say I never lie, but I never lie about what we're talking about here. So that's all that matters, is that you can trust what I say. And I'm telling you, I didn't switch my hat because I had a Cuban American on the panel and I felt like he was a cool guy. Yeah, he's not a jerk. No, I was still thinking you're a jerk. I'm being nice. This is called being social. I mean, but I am who I am, and I always work on that. And, you know, like I said, I always work on myself. I'm not perfect. Sometimes after the show, I'll say, fuck, I can't believe I just said that. I don't even watch some of my shows because even I get cringeworthy shit coming out of my own mouth.
I mean, I know.
I know. You see it sometimes, I'm sure. When I'm live, I'm like, shit. But you know what? They're just opinions. They don't mean anything to anybody but myself. And if anybody else is, if they're influenced by that for a few jokes, and even if they're a little rude, then that's on them for believing me. I say, don't believe anything I say. Do your own research, because I'm fallible. I'm not perfect. And I tell you though, listening to you speak for the last couple of hours, I understand you a little more. I get where you're coming from. I think you do get me. I do. I really do. Especially after you explained, living in New York and knowing Florida and all that. But I'd like to open up the lines of communication. It doesn't have to be everything at once, but if you're open to it,
here's the thing, man. And I'm just going to be brutally honest with you, right? If we're sitting here, especially after what Rich N just said, for me, if we're trying to heal, and this is why I want Lou Elizondo back on the show, we have to come together and apologize to each other. We have to apologize. And I believe you do owe Christina Gomez an apology. She's my fucking friend. She's my friend. And that kid.
Did that just say she's my fuck friend? Did you hear how that was that edited that way?
She's my friend, and that kid.
Did you hear that?
She's my fucking friend. She's my friend.
Oh my God! I bet they did that. I bet you Cambion did that on purpose. See, you can't even trust Cambion, making it sound like she's your F friend.
Christina Gomez an apology. She's my fucking friend. She's my friend, and that kid.
Why would he edit it that way? Isn't that weird? What a weirdo! Talk about creep! She's my fuck friend? Wow, what a creepo.
Her ass off. He knew the stuff she does behind the scenes and the reason why she speaks the way she does, and the thing, she's got a full-fledged business that she runs. Out of respect for this show, I'm not going to play the clips that I spent 2 days editing together, okay? But I'm telling you right now, as a human to another human, you owe her an apology.
Okay, so maybe he did make this video. All right. He just said it right there. I'm not going to play what I spent the last 2 days making clips on. So that's what this video is. That's what he meant a few weeks back when he said, I have a video I'm going to put out. All right, makes sense.
What doesn't matter what the fuck came before it or what comes after it. And that's the only way I can fuck with you. It's the only way I can talk to you, dude. I'm open to talking to you behind the scenes. But yeah, I want more than that for everyone.
Yeah, me. Oh, I see. Now I think I know what happened. He made the clips with Christina, and Cambion made all of these. That's what it is. I think they both collaborated. Good for them.
Too. You know what I'm saying? So, I can't make you do it, right? Just like I can't make Lou Elizondo explain the context of that tweet.
But I don't understand why I owe her an apology.
How about this? How about you and I have a private discussion, and I'll edit to you what I'll show you what I edit together. And because fuck, man, I wanted to come on here and burn the shit out of you with this edit, like I did with Fessler. If you think I did with Fessler was bad, fuck almighty. And I cut this down from 30-something minutes to 4 minutes. I made some hard decisions on this cut. Okay? That's what I'm...
To go out of your way to spend that much time to make me look like... you see, did you hear what he just said? I spent time, That means he's looking for stuff that he could use. I mean, it's clearly a hit piece, obviously, where I just talk about them. I don't make hit pieces. I don't make them special videos for my viewers. It's the difference between me and him and anybody else who makes hit pieces like that. I only done one hit piece, and it wasn't even a hit piece. It was a parody piece with Cambion. God, that was funny.
Telling you, as from one man to another. And
he almost said from one friend to another, and then he stopped. Did you hear that?
Telling you, as from one man to another, and the year 2022, it's unacceptable, and we should hold each other to that standard.
But why is it unacceptable?
Because, dude,
it's my opinion, man.
I understand it's your opinion. And again, I don't want to get back.
He can't even give an answer. Why? Because. Why? Because it's 2022. Why? Because, dude.
To the minutia of free speech. You could share that opinion, but you could also understand, why I don't want to talk to you because of that opinion. Because that person's my friend.
Wow. Me and Third Phase have been friends for 3 years. And do you know, all of us panel members have been friends for all that long. None of us have left or have gotten in fights with anybody. And that goes from Michael Schratt, D'Souza, Goodall, Alex, me, the Cousins brothers, Dark Hour Paranormal Michael, Doc Skinner, 1028 Productions, Apollo, Asteria, and a host of others. Greer. You know, we don't fall apart or have any infighting. But lately, everybody's going after this guy, Lou, from UCR. His own friends, his own supposed friends, didn't even support him on the home phone. And it just goes to tell you, it goes to show you, people will eventually see through you if you're not honest with them or if you're just in this for yourself. People can understand passion, which is why you guys support GUFON, because you understand what I'm doing isn't about hate. It's about the truth. It's about passion. What he's doing here is just hateful, just trying to make me look stupid for their narrative and for the people over there. I don't care if anybody sees me acting the way I do. It's on my channel. I didn't remove it. And I didn't apologize for it. And you're showcasing me like I'm some sort of misogynist. Real soon he's going to. And I tell you, I'm going to do what you do to me. I'm only going to show the audience here what I want to show them. Because you do it. You pick and choose. You don't take things and put them out in their full context. You can hear the edits. You can hear them. You can see them. The audience isn't stupid. Not these people. Oh, okay. Because she's your friend. The volume is low because whoever made this video has it so low. It's 50% lower than it should be. And I can't make it any louder for you. So turn up the volume when they speak.
Not even so much
I got it.
my friend, but it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do.
I'll think about it. Let's talk behind the scenes. We'll talk. We'll talk.
We
Look, you could even hear me. I said, I don't think it is the right thing to do. I don't think so. But we'll talk about it. We never did.
Show you my supercut, and then
Yeah.
you can give me your explanation on what you meant.
Anything else, and still things going on behind.
So I'll explain this. So they were all doing a show, right? And invited me. And I got the invite with only a few minutes left in the show, from what I remember. So I guess I'd taken a shower and I put my robe on because I think they were talking about that stuff, like the misogynist stuff and everything. So I came in like a gigolo, and that I'm showing cleavage, you know, like a gigolo for clicks and views, you know, and I have this attitude, hey, yo, you know, so that's what I'm doing here. I never got mad, because you'll see he thinks I get mad. I got mad and cut out of there. Watch.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know what he's wearing today.
Nice job. You've got the tube top on. Come on, Rich.
Right, mate.
Wow, man. How to upstage everybody.
Lynn, we're not going to be able to control ourselves this whole
I know, right? Whew, it's getting warm in here, Richie. Good God.
What a sexy bastard.
I need clicks and views. A little
Yeah.
chest hair never hurt nobody.
I can see subscribers going through the roof now.
to the big screen. There we go.
There we go.
This is what I was trying to do. Hello, hello.
This is why. Make sure I cinch this up a little bit.
Yeah.
This is
I don't
why
want
it
any
was late.
broads
Too much
getting
cleavage
overheated over there.
Sunglasses
I
are
love
nice.
Yeah, thanks.
I can't apologize.
Nor should you.
What's your thoughts, Rich, about all this? About like the fallout from like the interview? Well, not the like the show, and is there a way for us to move forward? Do you think?
Which dick do you want to talk to?
Yeah, you.
We're not moving forward. Where are we going?
Yeah, it's a good question. I guess, I mean, just in terms of, can we just forget about all the petty bullshit, what we usually have to deal with all these YouTube channels, and can we just...
Let me tell you something. We're not changing nothing. There's gonna be no apology to nobody. I'm not gonna change. He's not gonna change. Everybody gonna stay the same. Fuck ufology.
Well, that summed it up, I guess.
Great. Well, yeah.
The congressional hearings. I know Rich touched on it briefly there, but
fuck the hearings.
Okay, well.
Okay. All right. So that was pretty fun. So let me get to the Christina Gomez part. I believe it's at 10:54. Here we go. Here we go. You think this creepy guy GUFON talking So she was tweeting about my video, how I talked about her. So I'm reading her tweet. My body like this is okay, then block me now. If you think this is demeaning, harassment, and vomit worthy on so many levels, make a YouTube report. Report him for talking about my boobs. He's talking about my boobs. You put him out there, we're gonna look at him. Am I not? In ufology, that would be considered putting him out there. Yeah, it is putting him out there. That is a very, very respectable top she's wearing. It is. And all I did was just pick that picture. And there's a couple out there I could have picked, but that was it. And I was just making my point. Yeah, it kind of is putting it out there. I don't know if it isn't, but they're out there. Whether she put them out there or they're out there because they're out there, they're out there. And as a male, and if Lou Jimenez wants to lie because he's got a girlfriend and say that he isn't looking and checking Christina Gomez out, then he's a lying fool. And his girlfriend should break up with him. Not flesh and blood? Do I not breathe? Am I not a man with testosterone? Do I not like a nice set of eyes? Huh? Of course I do. She's got them. Not my type of girl, though. Not my type. I heard a rumor. It's a rumor. I don't know if it's true. Right. Who cares? He doesn't know. I'm saying it. Do you see how they try to make me look like I'm saying that I know? Of course, I'm saying I don't know. It's a rumor, you dildo. She's fucking Jimmy Church. Oh! But guess what? Nobody denied that they're not together. He never said it. She never said it. Neither one of them denied it. Giddy up. That's what I heard. It's just a rumor I heard.
Who told you that? Who gave you that piece of information?
People who hang out with her told us that. It was all over Twitter. Duh.
Information.
Now I'm going to explain how men are, which I'm a male. I know men. I'm being truthful. He's scared because his girlfriend might see this and think that he's this way. Oh, not my Lou, not my little Lou. Little Louie would never look at another woman or think dirty thoughts, think sexual things about other women. Oh my God, not my baby Louie. Baby Louie, if you look at another girl, oh, I will just have to, break up with you over it. Honey, I never look at anybody. I go out with horse blinders on. All I do is think of you, look at you, talk to you, text you, call you every single minute of the day. Honey, that's not me. I guarantee that's that relationship. Trying to explain how guys are a little bit because, we are very visual We will talk about the stuff we see. And if you show it, even if there's a little skin, we're going to talk about it. That's just how guys are. Not in a disgusting type of way, but you know, you and your friends are watching TV. He goes, I'd throw her one. And then you're like, yeah, me too. And then everybody said, would you? Yeah, I'll throw her one. You know, and that's disgusting. That's disgusting. Watching a movie or something, a girl comes on TV and a guy next to you goes, Rich, would you? And I say, yeah, I would. Mike, would you? I would. And then, hey, Dad, would you? And he's like, I just did. You know, that's how real men speak. Lou, you, your father, your grandfather, your great-grandfather, their fathers before them all did the same thing. There, she Bessie over there giving that cow, taking the milk from that cow. I wish she'd milked me like that. You know that's how they talked in 1815. Betty Lou, look at her and that low top over there. It's a good thing she ain't wearing no push-up bra. I like to see them things popping out the way they do naturally. You know that's how guys talked in 1815. Well, this ain't 1815, it's 2022. They still talk that way. If this guy is an actor, comedian, he knows how the public thinks. Don't tell me you don't know that men do that. How freaking childish are you? You're a 45-year-old guy, and you're going to tell me guys don't go, hey, would you? Girls do that. At least the girls I know. That's it. That's the discussion right there. That's a discussion between guys. Hey, Rich, would you? In my mind, I already did. Hey, Christina. See? Hey, not in a disgusting type of way. Oh, she's attractive. Not my speed, but oh. And that's not sexist at all. That could be. It isn't sexist. It isn't. Watch. Ha! I just thought of some girl. Oh, yeah. That's sexist because I have an imagination and I want to make love? That's terrible. How disgusting am I to want to procreate with the opposite sex? I must be a misogynist. Oh my God, I'm awful. I'm the worst. Ah, you can't even look at me. Listen to me. How could you? How dare you? I am the worst. Creepy. Oh, I guess I'll have to edit something out tonight. Of course I'm not going to edit anything out because I didn't do anything wrong. I'll edit it out. I may be a dick, but I'm not creepy. That's a true statement. You know? Dun, dun, dun.
When you were putting out evidence and trying to get help from the public, we don't have to get it right all the time. We're just trying to find out what the object is, what the phenomenon, what the anomaly is. That's what we do, and we don't get it 100%.
And that's fine. But the problem is that, and with all due respect, you guys have been caught faking things. You've been caught spreading misinformation. And then to turn around and demand truth out of people is a ridiculous request.
Yeah.
Just in January, you were complaining about Manny 503 going to Steve Cambion first with his documentary, and then Steve Cambion put an overture of Beethoven to you bitching about it.
Yeah, and I was okay with that. It was funny.
A month ago, you guys were at each other's throats. In 5 months, it's going to be the same old shit.
No, you're so wrong.
No, you're
Actually, he was wrong. And for what he was just talking about there, he's saying, I can't keep friends. Yet I have the same friends for the last 3 years. Dave Scott and I were friends for 5 years. And now we're friends again. So, you know, we'll be going on 6. Real friends will work things out. I think if people were meant to be friends. And let me tell you something. I was going to say something. I forgot. Train of thought. Too many thoughts going through my head. Usually that happens once a show. Let me see. Hold on. I want to see what he said to remind me. You're so wrong. Oh, how I was friends with Okay, Manny was making Who's Lou. And he had announced that he will be disappearing for a little bit. He's got a lot of work to do. Little did we know he was making Who's Lou and disappeared off the map. Well, me and my theory that I put out about Lou before anybody else did in this field, Manny did all the research and did a lot of things to find out. Everything is public information. And he made Who's Lou. And I noticed that Manny was going on Cambion's show to promote Who's Lou. And I'm like, why didn't he call me about it? I'm the guy who used to talk to him about the narrative. He used to come into the show and we used to talk about it in the chat room. He used to talk about it. He knew that I was one of the first people to talk about Lou that way. But I didn't know that the Angry Channel reached out to him and asked him, would you come on my show first? And that's why he went on Truth Seekers, because, you know, it's not like I'm on Area 503's mind. Like, why should he come to me first since I didn't ask? But I didn't know what he was doing. But Cambion did, and he found out. And so I complained about it. I said, yeah, I figured he would have come on my show before he goes on his show. I did say that. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with me saying that. And besides, me and Manny worked it out. He said, I'm sorry. I didn't even think of that. It's just that he had asked me if he could promote it on his show. And I just said, yes. I didn't think about having anybody first. He just went with it. So it made sense. And if something does make sense, it's true most of the time. So I believe Manny. Manny didn't lie. And we moved on. It's okay if you bitch about shit, as long as you can get past it. And Manny and I were and did. And yeah, I called him out on it. Maybe I shouldn't have. I should have done it behind the scenes. But that's what I've learned. And I learned something from that, which is why I try to do things behind the scenes. So he tried to make me look bad for that. Didn't work.
Oh, you're so wrong.
See, and that's what happens when you don't know the context of the story.
You're so wrong.
1 minute later.
Yeah, we don't need to hear anything. Doesn't matter. So that was the video he made, put out. And kind of childish, kind of a waste of time. But I wanted to waste our time tonight with that. Thank you very much for listening. Appreciate it. You can help support this waste of time. Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App, or you want to become a member, you want to do the thing with the nose, buy a coffee, all that stuff. We got a PayPaler. $1.50 from Nathan Allen, Nathan Nitsky. He says, we're still friends. Yeah, we've been friends for a decade or more. Thank you for that. PayPal, appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Mucho gusto, Nathan Generoso. So it was pretty lame. It's a desperate attempt to make me look like, that I hate women, I'm just a mean guy. Yeah, that's weird. What I hate is liars and people who can't admit when they're wrong. Those are the two things I don't like in life. Admit when you're wrong. Try to do the right thing even when nobody's looking, because if you do, you get into the habit of doing the right thing every time. If you drop some garbage, do you just keep walking because the wind blew it further away from you, or do you chase it down, pick it up, and throw it away? And I think I see half of the people doing that in this field. And he is doing everything with that video. He is just showing his true colors. He didn't accomplish anything other than making Christina Gomez have to live through that again. If it hurt her that much the first time, why would you keep bringing it up and making, you know, she's going to know about it. She's going to get upset. And then she's going to have to say something. Thanks a lot, Lou. Thanks for reminding me. I was just getting over that. You know, me and Jimmy were just relaxing. Next thing I know, I see your video up there. Oh, somebody just sent, just because you're the man, Truthology for Ufology. Rebecca Wiles with the $10 PayPal. Thank you, lady. Lady of Light, Lady of Charm, and Lady of the Night. Hey, Lady of the Flower. Lady of the Flower, if you know what I mean. You're misogynist, you pig! How dare you call that a flower? Huh? And that's the weird thing. These people, like Lou, all they do is think about racists and misogynists and hateful shit. They never think of anything else. That's all they do. It really is. It's sad. And to go after me for just having an opinion is laughable. So, it is what it is. It doesn't bother me. I have become so Teflon. I've been called a racist, a misogynist, homophobic. By the way, I have something. Let me show you. Dorothy Hawkins with the $2 we know who you love, Rich. Myself. I love myself. And if you love yourself, you can love others. And I do love others. And I'm happy being me. I swear to God. I don't have any ill will towards anybody in this field. Nobody. Nobody. Except for Lou. No, I'm just kidding. You know, even these two Lou's, Elizondo and Jimenez, these guys are just, they're just learning. They're still learning. That's why they are making all these mistakes. I know what he's going to say now. And you've been in the field for almost 20 years and you're still learning. You're still making these same mistakes. No. I am still learning, but I'm not making the same mistakes. That's for sure. I don't bend the knee for thee. I take care of me. And I take care of what's right. And what's right is telling the audience what they're thinking, because they want confirmation. They want to know what's going on. Why does GUFON think this way? Why would this guy who's been in the field for 18 years, who acts this way, is saying these things? Sounds like he knows what he's talking about, but I'm not quite so sure I can take him seriously. I get it. I understand the vibe I put out there. I am not something you fall in love with right away. I think I'm an acquired taste, and I wish I wasn't. I wish I was easier to take, but I'm not. And I think because I know why. I'm not perfect. I am just being me, and I know I'm annoying, and I know I'm not perfect, and I know I can be annoying. But damn it, my heart's in the right place. And my words have meaning behind them. I'm not just saying them to say them. I really hate liars. And I don't like being dragged around. Because if you listen to people like Lou Elizondo and Cahill and Travis and all these other guys, it sounds like they're saying something. They're answering the question, but then they go off the topic to avoid answering it. And the next thing you know, you're like, they didn't answer the question and 2 minutes have gone by. You're not going to ask again. They know when they can't answer a question, they give a long reply to dance around it because they know the interviewer doesn't want to go back 2 minutes to ask it again. And that's what these people know how to do. That's what Lou knows how to do. That's what Cahill learned from Lou on how to do. It's it's talking in circles, and Lou nails it. And Travis Taylor nails it. And Gary Nolan is still trying to get it and nail it. David Fravor is a natural at it. Ask that guy anything, and he knows nothing about ufology. He knows everything about the Nimitz event, but nothing about ufology. Mike Johnson, $7 Canadian, laying it out and keeping it cool. It's been a long road, Rich. Yep. Hasn't it? It's been a real long road. And people are starting to see why it took this long to see that I'm actually right. It's a rewarding, it's a good feeling, but it's not going to last long. You know? It always goes away. Mike Johnson, you're only on top for a little bit in this field. So I'll take today and sleep happy and then wake up tomorrow and be miserable again. But happy miserable. Thank you, Mike Johnson. You're a continuing supporter of GUFON, like Dorothy, a good friend of the show. Thank you very much for your support, continuing support, brother. Thank you. Yeah, I think Coral Ann is, she's watching some house or something, and she doesn't have the internet that's good enough to, I don't know if it's cutting in and out or what, but if I miss anything, email me and let me know. But I got another PayPal here from David Wilcox. What's the best setting on the P900 for shooting the sky in the daytime and nighttime? That's pretty much, I'll round it up, $15 super chat. Hey, David, I'll have to look at my camera, but I think it's the natural settings or environment, whatever one it shows, you know, like for outdoors. And then I'll have to look at the aperture and all the other stuff. So I'll let you know. I have my settings already on there. I can't remember off the top of my head. Thanks for the super PayPal support, bro. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. You know, and you're a continuing supporter of GUFON, of course. Good friend of the show. David Wilcox, everybody. But hearing Dave Scott and Science Bob say that I got it right, and I was right, and I was the first one to get it right. Third Phase of Moon was right there with me. They were there talking the same language. We were both there saying it from day one. About a month after Lou was announced is when I started to get skeptical. There was something off. There was something wrong when they introduced him that day. There was no audience in the crowd, and they were talking as if there was an audience. And you can see that. I think it's in the movie Who's Lou? I don't know if he had to take it out. But it's weird. Remember that presser they did introducing Lou that day? You can hear them walking on the stage and it echoing in the auditorium. That looked like it seats about 600 people, was empty. And they're looking around, looking up and looking at, looking like they're talking to people. And what they did, they probably had people who were part of the crew, the film crew, one person there to look at, one person there to look at, and one person there to look at. So they feel like they're talking to someone and not a seat. See, and when you start out introducing Luis Elizondo, making believe, lying, that there's an audience there, lying, and the press is there, lying, starting off with a lie is not a great way to build a foundation on lies. That's what made me think. When I saw that video and I looked at it again maybe a month later, I'm like, nobody's there. This is crazy. We talked about it here on the show. I said, there's nobody there. It was crazy that they're talking to nobody. Part of me, Pete, or part-time Pete, I think it's part of me. GUFON brand Rogan, do a poll. Oh, do I have the poll up still? I forgot last night's poll. Oh yeah, here's the poll. Hold on. Let's end this poll in the chat. I don't even know what it was. All right, let's see. It's coming up. All right. Anytime I don't know why it's not popping up. I ended it. There it is. Out of these 4 people in podcasts, this was the poll in the chat room. Who do you trust the most to tell you the truth? GUFON at 52%, Truth Seekers at 25%, Third Phase of Moon at 11%, and Unidentified Celebrity Review at 10%. So GUFON is half of all those votes out of 213, 52%. Now, it may be a little biased. I should have probably taken myself out of that. So I'll say I'm probably just as trustworthy as the poll here says. You guys did good. I believe that poll. What were you asking, part-time? GUFON brand Rogan. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? GUFON. Oh, GUFON. The guy brand. Yeah. And then Rogan. Got it. And I don't want to do a poll on that one because I'm not going to win to Rogan. And Brand, what does he know? Although Brand is a pretty good show, he's gotten better. He was a little bit too much. He was just really odd. I didn't like watching him at first, but he's gotten much better in the last month. I don't know what changed, but he's not that annoying anymore. So Brand he's doing pretty good. I like your choices there. Pardon me, Pete. I think it would come out 33, 33, 33. That would be interesting, but we need more votes than 200. I want 1,000. But I don't want to be here for that poll. Like, if it was put up in another chat room, like, if that was put up in Dave Scott, because they're still mad at me over there. Not Dave, but, his people. I would probably get 10%. Hold on. I just read something that was totally funny. All right. And I think I snot rocketed it as I laughed. I know I saw something fly out of my nose. Thanks, part-time Pete, or pardon me, Pete. I appreciate your support. Continuing supporter. Bottled water? Thanks, man. I'll take those $2. I know. I'm not self-aware. I'm not self-aware yet. But I tell you who thinks I am. Science Bob and Dave Scott and Tom Whitmore and others. And a couple other people are starting to realize that GUFON was right. Now, I will never get the accolades. Nobody will ever say Rich was right anywhere else, just within our circle. Can you imagine? If we all got along. Thanks, bottled water. I'll take that self-awareness. $2. That'll buy me a couple of hours. I appreciate that. I'll use it before I go to sleep so I wake up fresh. Bottled water. Well, if you want to support, I know you guys watch the show. I was surprised at some people that actually watched the show. I heard some names today of people who watched this show, and I was shocked. I'm like, no, really? They watched this? And I was like, they're not going to get it. That's why I do this. Anytime somebody says, I caught your show the other night, and I go, they're not going to get it. They're going to hate it. I agree with some of the things you say, but, you just got to be careful on how you say things. Why? What am I saying that's so bad? That's what I want to know. That's all. That's what I want to know. What's so bad? Now, the funny thing is, I'm learning more about this Lou Jimenez from Unidentified Celebrity Review. He is not a successful comedian. Nor was I. But I didn't go for it like he's going for it. But in a couple of weeks, I'm going to Tampa, and I wasn't going to say anything. And I don't know if I did. But I, too, am going to do like an open mic in Tampa. So I go on. I'm the last comic to go up on the night. So it's in 2 weeks. I didn't even tell Third Face. Only one person knew. But that's what I'm doing. And I'm not telling you where. No freaking way. Because I want to see how I do. I'm going to videotape it, so I will probably show it. It depends if it's good or bad. Now, I think it's going to be good. Matter of fact, you never know until you go up there. It depends on the crowd, the atmosphere. Are they drunk yet? Was the last comedian bad or good? Who's the headline? Who was there that night? Are these people in a good mood? Yeah, a lot of plays into it. Did it rain that day? Is it raining now? Rain plays a big part in it. People love. Anytime you go out, when it rains, people are in a great mood. They laugh more. I don't know what it is. Maybe because I did it in Arizona. And it rains just a couple of times a year. So maybe that's why people. But it seemed like every time I had gone to an open mic, it would rain that night. And I always thought that was interesting. Even if it wasn't monsoon season. But that's in 2 weeks. I wrote some new material. And I was going to use it in 2019, 2020. But COVID hit. And no more. That was the last time. 2019 was the last time I went up. That was probably the greatest night of my life, too. Because things were changing. Things were starting to move for me. And then COVID hit. That sucked. But anyway, that's it. That's it for tonight, I think. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Seriously. Just to go off and say one or two more things here. No matter what happens in this field, there's only one thing that does matter, and that is the truth. I am going to admit it, and I'm going to make some comments here that I want everybody to hear. I don't know what's going on. Do you? No. Nobody knows what's really going on. We could only theorize with the information that's given to us on what's going on. And when things don't make sense, there's usually something wrong. A lot of things didn't make sense about Lou. Did he or didn't he work at ATIP? Was he the director or wasn't he? Why did he do this and then do that? I mean, if you watch Who's Lou, you can go through all the ifs and ends and who's and all that. Why do they promote these videos? They're shit. Where's more videos? Why does Lou want to destroy ufology and break it into little pieces? Does that mean he literally wants to create infighting? Or did he mean he really wants to rebuild all of ufology, create the infighting, and get rid of all the negative people and people that aren't scientists? You can't do that. So what he said was basically, if I could do it, I would break everything down and build ufology back up with scientists and start in 2004. He didn't want to destroy us, I don't think. I don't think that was his intentions. However, we found out several months ago he had sock accounts, many different accounts, acting like somebody else, starting drama, starting conversations and relationships that were all fake. To try to get to know what people were thinking. And this is the game that they play. It's a game to them. To us, the experiencers in this field, it's not a game. I've been waiting my whole life for an answer for what's flying around in these skies. And these guys are making a mockery of it. That's all it is. Why would you trust the government that has been lying to you for all these years, and now all of a sudden you think they're your friend? They're going to give you answers. They're going to give you information behind the scenes. That's real information. Are you out of your freaking mind? These are people who gave you information that was wrong information. And because it came from them and you gained their trust because of just who they are, without any proof at all that these people can prove who they are, you took their information as fact, unverifiable information, and you believed it blindly. Since day one, I've been saying something is wrong with that. And now people are starting to see, after all this time, what it is. And this is what I say, it takes a few years, but now people are frustrated. Now people are finally getting to see what took 5 years. They're finally getting to see the outcome. And what is the outcome? Bupkis. Nada. Zippo. Zip. Zilch. You got nothing. And what does everybody want? Disclosure. We want to know if aliens exist. We want to know if there's alien technology in our possession. Some people say that they know that Lockheed Martin or something is hiding them, or that they're in the Pentagon, or they're under the Sphinx, whatever narrative you want to go with. Are these beings multidimensional, ultra-terrestrial? Are they extra-biological entities? We don't know. We hear all sorts of stories. And it's done this way on purpose. And why Lou Elizondo infiltrated, after he left TTSA, infiltrated Twitter, the Galileo Project. He got involved trying to get that room, that ARA room, whatever it is now, that, you know, he said, hey, don't expect 100% transparency. He knew, so he fails at getting us transparency. Couldn't convince them that we need transparency to the public. We can't do that, Lou. We just can't do it because some of these things are top secret. And we can't let our adversaries know. Know what? You told everybody everything. It's out there in the open. Right? We know everything. It's not drones, according to Lou and what is it? If it's not drones, it's not Russia, it's not China, then it must be this magical terrestrial thing, something we don't understand. Lou used to say we can't track it. Now all of a sudden we can track it. I don't know how that changed. I don't know where we got the technology to all of a sudden able to track things that disappear, but now we have that, according to Lou. Lou also said that it's possible, you know, maybe they're spiritual in nature, or there's some sort of energy we don't understand and they're part of the earth. Hold that thought. I see Brett S. with the super chat of $10. That is pure love right there, Brett. A continuing supporter, a huge supporter of GUFON and a good friend of the show. Thank you very much. It's good to have you back, man, and hope everything's going okay. That's a super dono. The best. And Matt Brown with $2 and £2.50 through PayPal. Thank you, my friend. And Zach Diecast Montu with $2.22. No, that's fine, man. Thank you very much. Never apologize, even if it's 2 cents. Thank you very much. Very generous, seriously. Thank you. It all goes to the same place, man. It all goes to the truth. It keeps this train going. And I think you guys might want to start listening a little bit more intently to what I'm talking about, because I think I got it. I think I nailed it. What's going on, Brett? Thank you very much. What I think's going on in this field is something I don't think I'm going to have the answer to, but I really believe it has to do with getting us looking one way while they do another. I think the objects that they're saying are UAPs are from our adversaries or from private corporations that they hired to either create or reverse engineer some technology. Now that this technology has been designed, perfected, our government wants to know where it's being used and who else is seeing it, which is why we have the new office. So, being that it's going to be in the same office that that ATIP was in, how convenient is that? It's being built as we speak. We heard Gillibrand say it's going to be another month or two before she gets any information on what's going on, any data, any congressional hearings. She says possibly. Burchett says he doubts it, that there'll be another congressional hearing on UFOs. This is done on purpose. She says yes, he says no. Do you see how they're being told? Do you see what they're feeling? Everybody has their own idea of what's going on because that's what they're being told. One person says this, they believe it. The last person they spoke to, they believe that guy or girl. It's done this way on purpose. Why? Because when it comes to getting our Congress, our senators, our governors, and everybody else involved in this field, in the study of ufology, we need signatures. We need their support. We need it because we need the funding for the government to do what they want to do. When it comes to us, we have to do it all on our own. So think about that, man. These people are saying exactly what they need our government officials to hear. Obviously, they have, one says there will be a hearing, the other says he doubts it. So to me, instead of them both saying yes or no, how can it be that diverse? It's very strange what's going on. And I don't think Lou or Leslie Keane or anybody's doing a really good job. And Ross Coulthart is now trying to make, he's trying to be the new investigative journalist in ufology, which he has planted himself properly so with Bryce Zabel, one of the most confusing people in the field. That guy acts like he knows what he's talking about, but he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's really odd. Yeah, he talks in circles, and I don't know why he's even in it. But he has a right to be. He's not an experiencer, neither is Coulthart. That's the problem. I'm the problem because I know. Because I'm on to their bullshit. And when you call them out on their bullshit, they attack your character and try to make people dislike you, unsubscribe you, hate you, talk about you, avoid you. Let me tell you something. You need to avoid that shit. Don't be stuck in fantasy land. Be stuck where truthology for ufology thrives and is making waves as we speak. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out tonight. Brandon Cole with a $1 super chat to round out the night. Thank you, my friend. Super mucho gusto generoso. And another $1. It's $2 from Brandon Cole, Super Donos. As we leave, as we're going out the door. Thank you, Brandon Cole. I think that's your first super chat. Thank you, Brandon Cole, for the $2 of super chat, Super Donos, and Aguz. All over Unidentified Celebrity Review Lucy. Wow. Thank you, Brandon Cole, and announcer. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, no, don't go. Oh, no. I have some video. Shit. Hold on, let me see if it came through. All right, so I was talking about DSLR cameras the other day, right? And I want to show you some DSLR cameras you can use if you want to podcast or maybe go out and look for UFOs. I don't know. But anyway, I was in Walmart. Here's some lights you could probably use. I like these colored ones because I'm not racist. Here's some other tools you could use if you need a microphone. You've got all sorts of things to hold your phones. A multi-pod, 6 tripods in one with a remote control to snap the picture without making a move. Pretty cool stuff they got out there. Really cheap. Look at how cheap this stuff is. $10, $20, $15. Here's some more lighting that you can use for your cameras. This desk lamp, I have one of those. This is the Kodak Pix Pro AZ528. $15 a month for $200. This is it. It's pretty nice, but you can see the specs on it here. Image stabilizing, Wi-Fi enabled, 52 times optical zoom, 16 megapixel. It's not 4K, that's why it's 200. And you got some other ones here. Non-4K, 40 optical zoom, a 3-inch LCD screen, 720. It's not HD, but it's only 150. That's it. Here's another cheapo. You know, you can use those, but $189 for this one. No 4K, but 60 frames a second. Here's a Sony Handycam. This took place at the High 8. The HDR CX240, 500. Nope, that's the next one we're going to. Look, even this has no 4K. Even the Canon. It's weird. I thought that one had 4K. Oh, it does. Yeah, there it is. 4K right here. Yeah. So there's some cameras, some suggestions, you know, things you might want to look into. We were talking about these cameras the other day. Here's the Rebel EOS T100. Up to 3.0 frames per second. Yeah. Anyway, just some things to look at. They're not that expensive if you want these cameras for your home or just for shooting a breeze. But let's see. Okay, I want to show you the storm from today real quick. Yeah, this was just outside. This obviously it wasn't inside, Rich. You schmohawk. Oh, well, let me get the sound on this. Share the screen with me, Richie Beans. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out tonight. Yeah, I just want to show you the storm.
We are going to get some good pictures here. It's right here. It's not going to hit me, but there's another storm coming. There's many of them. 95 today. It's weird. The wind is sucking towards the storm. Like a tornado. It's moving fast. It's moving from right to left. And it just dropped like 5 degrees. Seriously, it's not even hot out anymore. It's inching over, but it's not coming right at me. You can't tell with these storms, they grow so fast. Actually, it is coming right over me. That's why. This is the one that's gonna take me out. Where's the thunder and light? Oh, there it is. Wow, did you see that? Look at this.
Thunder's awesome on that. Yeah, anyway, it's still going on outside, but that was pretty cool. And that's it, I think. Yep, that's it. All right, thank you very much again. Thanks, everybody, moderators, super chatters, and newcomers and veterans. Thank you for your support. I was told that if I keep saying to subscribe that it'll work. So don't forget to subscribe to GUFON. If you like what you saw, give a thumbs up. We like to get 200 of those, and make a comment about what you thought you might have learned from tonight's show in the comment section. I'm Rich Giordano. We are Truthology for UFOlogy. Yeah! Truthology for UFOlogy. See? Told you. I told you. That's who he is. UFOlogy for something, or a Truthology, right? Be safe, be well. Have a great Sunday night. We'll see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. right here at GUFON. Ow! Alien bless.